Well, praise the Lord, saints. This is Elder Hammond, Elder Adrian Hammond, and the Lord gave me a thought about something that actually happens quite a bit, but can also be used as a metaphor for what takes place with us and God. There are times when I have to get some things done. I'll go out the house. I'll do my errands. And I endeavor to come right back because I know I have someone depending upon me to be there. And when I get back home, that person who depends upon me to be there, she looks at me with a look of, where did you go? Why aren't you here? And she starts to cry. Of course, every time, one thing you know, saints, especially for you men, that when your wife cries or when someone you love cries, it breaks your heart, whether it's your wife or your mother or something of that particular nature. And of course, that does the same for me. But I have to remind her that I told you where I was going. Now, it's funny because when my wife when she could take care of herself and do things, one thing she wanted to make sure that I did was always tell her where I was going. And if I was late coming home, to call her, let her know that I was late. At first, I kind of rebelled against it because it was like, well, you know I'm coming home. It shouldn't be a problem. But then I began to think that she wants me to care enough that I care about her feelings of being worried. And that she didn't have to stay up for me. That she could, because essentially it wasn't that she was suspicious of me or anything, but she just wanted to know if I was okay. And it's funny because I did the same thing with my niece when she was staying over our house that I did with, or that my wife did with me. I'll be waiting for her, be 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, not usually, no later than that, sometimes usually about 12 o'clock. But I would say that, like my daughter, I would not go to sleep until she came in the house. I wanted to know where she was. I wanted to know what she was doing. Now she's an adult now. I understand she was an adult. She wasn't a teen. She was an adult. And she just needed to stay over for a few weeks. But with my wife now, being as she's incapacitated as much as she is, the fact that she cries when I leave, and this happens also if I'm around the house somewhere and she doesn't see me, she begins to holler out for me. Maybe she doesn't say my name, but I know when she's feeling in distress. One thing about my ear is that I hear the lowest that she says I could be 2, 3 rooms away. And I will come and dash towards her. I let her know if I'm around the house, then you just know I'm around the house. It's only when, and if I go and leave the house, I'll let you know so that you understand that it'll be a while before I get back. Not a long time, but 30 minutes, 40 minutes maybe, even 20 minutes. But I began to think of that and how, and one other thing, she's afraid that I would leave her. That somehow I would not come back for some reason. Not necessarily because I'm going off with another woman or anything like that, but maybe something happened to me. Maybe I was in an accident, or maybe I got shot. Whatever it was, she's at times would be afraid that, not all the time, but there are times when she'd be afraid that I wouldn't come back. And then one night, recently, I've noticed that she's been having nightmares. And the last one, when she actually had after a quick nap, I told her, and she woke up crying. I said, why are you crying? And I figured out that she was crying because I left her. I couldn't come back to her in her dream. And she felt horrible about that. That, well, you're not here. And I had to reassure her. And then God put in my mind, don't I do the same thing for you? That sometimes you don't think I'm there. And you begin to cry. And you begin to get anxious. You begin to feel as though things are all against you. But I'm always there. I have not left you. I have not forsaken you. And it's funny because I'm almost using the same words with Sister Haman. I will not leave you. I will not forsake you. And these same words are what the Lord uses with us. And I didn't know I was using the same words until it just dawned upon me that it's the same type of relationship. And again, sometimes, and I know we're supposed to always have faith to believe that God's going to be there and God is always there and he's walking with you. And that's good. We should have that faith and belief. But I guarantee you sometimes that faith kind of wavers a little bit because of the circumstances that are taking place that you really can't handle. And maybe sometimes you don't feel the Lord the way that you would normally feel him. And you'd feel as though he's not there. And so you begin to get anxious. You begin to get emotional. You begin to get, sometimes you cry, and sometimes you're just exasperated, frustrated with all the things that are taking place until you just settle down with the Lord and he tells you, I'm here. I'm always going to be here. You don't have to worry. You don't have to fret. You don't have to be concerned. You don't have to feel terror in your heart. Remember, perfect love casts out fear. Fear has torment. Sometimes we don't love God, but sometimes we don't trust him to be where he is always. Because we don't feel him the way that we should. So, Lord, where are you? Where are you? Especially those who've been saved for a while. Lord, where? And sometimes you have to remind yourselves. Well, he has to remind you that he's right there. That he was not going to war, not sleep, not that he was too busy. But he was walking right there with you and you never even recognized it. Never even thought to understand that the Lord did not leave you. And I began to think of it that way. So the next time she began to cry, I just comforted her, let her know, I'm there. Baby, I'm there. It's something because Jesus says the same thing to us. I'm right there. I've not left you. Now, my physical presence may be gone for a little while I pick up some food, while I maybe get some supplies for her, maybe to get whatever I need to get before coming back home. But God will never leave to do errands. He will never leave. He's there. He always has it right at his fingertips. If you need it, he'll give it to you. But we have to have the faith to believe it. But isn't it wonderful that even when we don't have that type of faith, that God lets you know that I'm right there. I haven't left you, Mark. I haven't left you, Betty. I haven't left you, George. I haven't left you, Victoria. I haven't left you. understand. You don't have to be afraid. As they said to the prophets of God, had said to those of Israel over and over, fear not, fear not. And I think one day my wife will understand. Sometimes she does, and that's okay. Sometimes she remembers that I'm only going to be gone for a little bit. Like for tonight, she went out to get some dinner. When I got back, she had fallen asleep. I said, good. That was good. It was good. So I got her up. She ate some food. She fell back to sleep again because all of her medicines were taken. So I'm not bothering her anymore tonight. But as I said, Jesus is always there. You could always call him. But you don't have to cry because he wipes away every tear from your eye. And he strengthens you. He encourages you. He said, I will be with you always, even to the end of this age. And it's ironclad. His words are true, never false. So saints of God, take it from a person who encounters the fear and tries to calm the fears. That God, in turn, will calm your fear and let you know he's there, always. God bless you and love you, saints. You have a wonderful evening. Take care.